sublet an apartment from her niece and claimed she kicked them out and kept their deposit.
She sent us a text saying that it's not a good idea if we stay there through March, and that her and Gonzalo wanted us out by January.
But she claims they broke the lease agreement and damaged the property.
That's the screen from where the metal mesh was taken off and the screen was ripped up by their dog?
And that's actually
My dog is a little chihuahua. He ain't even that
A
high.
chihuahua that peeled off the blinds, though, Your Honor.
Well, what is it, a circus chihuahua?
Today, who's blowing smoke in this case?
So you're telling me that you smoke weed,
Correct.
but you come into the house and you smell weed, and so you think there must be a burglar or somebody breaking in?
Right, because I didn't have...
burglars break into your house to get high.
As a cop, he stood up for the law. As a trial lawyer, he fought for the truth. And as a criminal court judge, he commanded authority. Now he returns to preside over America's courtroom. Judge Alex. Joshua Luchterhand and his girlfriend Della Lagone are suing her niece for $2,000, claiming they sublet her apartment, but she kicked them out because she and her boyfriend wanted to move back in. Sherry Elmore says she had to kick her aunt and her boyfriend out of her apartment because their fights disturbed the neighbors and their dog damaged the property. She's countersuing for $3,730. With her in court is her boyfriend, Gonzalo Morales.
All right. This court is now in session. Honorable Judge Alex Ferrer presiding.
All right, thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Luchterhand and Ms. Lagone, you're suing Ms. Elmore, who rented you an apartment because you say that she locked you out of the apartment, threw your property out in the rain. So you wanted to reimburse you for the damaged property and repay your security deposit as well as some advance rent that you paid, correct?
Right.
Okay. And Ms. Elmore, you say that you don't owe her any money. In fact, you're entitled to the security deposit because they destroyed the place and you didn't damage any of their property.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Okay. What happened here? How do you all know each other?
She is my girlfriend's niece.
You're his girlfriend, I take it.
Yes.
All right, so how did you end up in a lease arrangement with your niece?
Basically, we were living in a motel. We had relocated from where we were living from before.
They were evicted.
No, we were not.
Due to his racism and him stealing a bench from their neighbor, they were evicted.
No, we were not.
we weren't.
Check records.
You can check.
Please
What am
check
I
them.
going to check?
I mean, you can see that there was an eviction put on their name. I mean,
Do you have any proof?
no, I don't, sir. No, I don't. I'm going off hearsay.
Okay, well, that's not going to be real reliable, I guess. So you moved out of there, you moved to a motel, and then you were looking for a place to stay. And Miss Elmore, how is it that you had a place available for your own?
Yes, Your Honor. I had a place because I was renting a place myself. I was paying $11.25 rent. It got kind of expensive. I couldn't afford to pay it and follow out with my lease. So I had explained to my aunt because I knew she was looking for a place to live. She didn't have good credit, so I explained to her that I would go ahead and rent my apartment to her. And we could do it basically a sublease. I'd charge the same amount that I was paying. She'd pay all utilities. And we went from there.
Okay, but before this incident happened, before you got involved as a landlord for your aunt, what was your relationship like with her?
Pretty good, pretty good. We've
You guys
never
were
had disputes.
like a normal family?
Yeah, yes.
So the arrangement was you'd move in when?
October 5th.
And the rent was going to be how much?
$1,125 a month.
Okay, so you were basically just picking up her rent, whatever it was, you were paying that.
Correct, and it wasn't true that the rent was too much. Basically, she said that her and her boyfriend were breaking up because she got caught cheating on him.
What? That was never said, Your Honor. Never, never.
Is this your boyfriend?
This is my boyfriend of 10 years. We have 2 kids.
Okay.
We actually moved in together at his mom's house, so if that was the case, I would have never moved.
Are you sure you guys know each other?
Correct.
Yes, we do.
Correct.
Okay. So let's just get to this lease, because obviously you're two totally different stories about why you moved in and why you moved out, but I don't think it really makes much difference for what I'm trying here. So you move in October. Is there a security deposit?
Yes, there was. It was
How much?
$800.
$800. Okay. So you move in and tell me about the first month. No problems then?
Well, basically a week after we moved in, we got a call saying that there was stomping, running, and jumping. We said there's no way that could happen because we're rarely home.
Stomping, running, and jumping.
Correct.
No.
So a neighbor was complaining you were making too much noise?
Supposedly, allegedly.
But not stomping. It was arguing and loud fighting that was complained about.
Okay, so that complaint was given to the landlord who called you and said, hey, keep the noise down?
Mm-hmm.
And
A
you
verbal warning.
let them know?
Yes, sir.
Did the landlord know that you had sublet to them?
At the time, no.
At the time, no.
At the time, no.
Okay. All right. So you relayed that to them. What happens after that?
After that, the second incident was our dog. He chewed the blinds up in the window.
They were not supposed to have a dog.
You knew when we moved in we had a dog.
The dog lived with my mother when you moved in.
He said it was fine.
The dog moved with lived
Did
with
you
my
guys
mother.
have a lease agreement in writing?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
You should have it, Your Honor.
Let me see what you have. Mason, would you bring that,
Yes.
please?
It does not state nothing on there. We
I
cannot have
verbally
our
told her
dog.
that she cannot have the pet.
Well, if you went to the trouble of writing...
She didn't have the pet there, Your Honor, because she was living in a motel. The dog was living with my mom.
At certain points of
Were they
time.
smoking?
Yes, they were smoking in the
No,
units.
we were not.
There's pictures. I have pictures of the cigarette butts that were left in the unit inside of the
Were you
windowsill.
smoking inside this place?
No, I did not.
The reason I ask that is the first sentence on
Yes,
the lease.
Right.
There's pictures.
Not even like the date or the names. The first sentence is no smoking inside at all.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And he
So
did.
you weren't smoking.
No,
He did.
well, I
He
do
was
smoke, but
standing
I smoke at the
doorway.
porch
You
outside.
smoke?
He told me I do smoke outside.
smoke? Yes.
Outside.
Both of you smoke? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Coming up, what happens when tensions heat up between Della and her niece?
So she came over, she saw...
I knew their rental history, so of course I'm going to keep driving by. There's no law that
How do
states
you
I
know
can't
my
drive
real
by.
history? I lived in one place 15 years and never had a problem.
And later, is Joshua accusing Sherry of breaking and entering?
I noticed that the TV was on when we had turned it off before we left. I noticed
Are
that
you sure you turned it
That's
off?
hallucination, Your Honor, from driving.
Positive. We pay PG&E, and on top of the $11.25 a month, it's very expensive to live there.
What is your theory? That a burglar is coming in, watching TV, and getting high while you're at work?